What's going on, you guys? It's Lloyd here with the Single Guy channel. I'm giving you practical and actionable dating advice for all you single guys out there. Today we're going to talk about a very important question. Is she actually interested in you, or is she just being nice? This is probably the most common thing that happens when you meet a girl that maybe you're texting back and forth for a little bit. Maybe it seems like there's some initial attraction there, but you're having some difficulties. If she's giving you a lot of problems, she's probably not as interested in you as you want her to be. But what are some definite tests to be able to make sure that that's the case, okay? Well, the way you know is, for sure, she will show you by her actions. Talk is real cheap, especially when it comes to the dating world. People will say whatever to get what they want, okay? Especially women. She's gonna show you with her actions. Now, she might text you, hey, I really like you, I think you're really cute, or I don't know, whatever. She might respond to your messages in a certain way, or maybe when you hang out with her, you feel like there's a certain real big connection there. Okay, the first thing you need to know about women is that a lot of times at the beginning, their feelings for you are gonna fluctuate, you know? Women aren't gonna say at all times, hey, I really like this guy, I really like this guy, I really like this guy. Sometimes they will definitely know in their head, but a lot of times at the beginning, they're still trying to figure it out. They're still trying to digest their feelings. And even sometimes months later, they're still trying to digest their feelings, okay? It goes up and down. But if they are interested in you, if they're willing to see where it goes, they don't know if they like you for sure yet, they will show up. They will show up on a date with you, or they will show up to hang out. If you guys make plans, they'll show up. Now, sometimes you're gonna get flakes. In fact, I just had a girl flake on me twice the other week, and we ended up meeting up, and it was great. You know, we hooked up, and we saw each other for a couple weeks as long as I was in that city. I move around a lot. I'm traveling through Mexico. So I don't know all the times if a girl is interested in me, but I know if she shows up, that she is. Eventually the girl did show up, and I kind of broke my rule. I would say probably you're only gonna do twice. I would say try and invite them out twice, and if they don't show up both times, well, then it's probably time to move on and go after some other girls. Now, don't make it a for sure, like, hey, I'm not texting you anymore because you didn't show up these 2 times. Like, that's a really low value thing to do, okay? If you're a high value dude, you're like, oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal. I'll go on and we'll see where she ends up later on. And that's kind of what I did, and she actually reached out to me. She apologized. She said, I know I haven't been showing up, but I really want to see you, and this and this happened. And so I was like, all right, okay, well, I'm gonna be at this bar on Friday. If you're there, cool. If not, no big deal. And then she showed up. She hit me up, and that's why I knew she was actually interested in me, because eventually that did happen. But if a girl's messaging you a lot and all you hear is, oh, let's keep in touch, I'll let you know, a lot of these types of things, she's not that interested in you, okay? So it's probably better that if you move on. And sure, maybe at one point in time she'll hit you up and she decides that, I really want to go out with this guy, I missed out on a good thing. But ultimately she should be doing a little bit more work, not you. And the way that you show that, the way you kind of lay it on the line is, a lot of times guys will get caught up in this, if the girl thinks that she can cancel on you easily, if she thinks that, oh, I'm not gonna see this guy for whatever reason, I know he's just gonna hit me up again, what you can do is, like, let's say you're trying to meet up with her on Friday, and she's like, oh, I'll let you know, or let's keep in touch, or something like that. Just say, all right, cool, well, I'm gonna make plans with my friends, have a good Saturday, Basically, you told her, look, if you're not willing to dedicate time to me, that's fine, but I'm not gonna be willing to leave that spot open for you. I have a life, I have things that I'm trying to do, and if she wants to meet up with you, then she should show up on the date that we plan. So that's a little good technique, although, don't expect her to be falling over herself to try and meet up with you. At the beginning, the guy has to do most of the work, but if we've done it to a certain point, then it's probably time to move on. Let's say you go out on a date with this girl, you hang out with this girl, you meet up with her. How do you know if she's into you, okay? Well, first of all, she showed up, that's great. Now, to see where she's at during the date, or during the time where you guys are hanging out, maybe you just met her at the bar too, and you're trying to see if she's actually interested in you, or if she's just being nice. Okay, I would say if she's, first of all, being comfortable with you in her space. If she's talking to you, if she's spending time with you, that's one thing, but it's even better if she's actually okay with you coming closer into you than a lot of other people would normally be allowed to. So if I'm talking to a girl and we're kind of sitting at the bar, like, I don't know, like this or something like that, I might just go a tad bit forward, like just a little bit of a hair, and I'll see how she reacts. If she decides that, oh, I'm cool with this guy being in my space, she stays there, that's a good sign. That means she's probably interested in me. If she backs off though, however, and mimics my actions by moving away and trying to keep that same distance, well then either it means I need to spend a little bit more time, do a little bit more work, or it means she's not interested in me, and then I probably should try it again. So I like to do that. And the other thing I'll do too sometimes is to see where she's at too, is I'll back up as well. And if she comes forward to try and keep that closeness between us, then that's a good sign that she's interested in me too. Again, she's showing by her actions that she's interested in me. I'm not going off of her words. Now, the other thing that you can do too is actually physically move them to another part of the bar. So if you're talking while you're sitting down somewhere and you're like, hey, let's go to the bar and get a drink, and she comes with you, well, that's a good sign that she's interested in you. Now, sometimes you guys might be thinking, oh, maybe she's just thinking she's gonna get a free drink out of it. Now, the way you say it kind of helps. So I like to say, hey, I'm gonna go get a drink at the bar. Do you wanna come with? So I'm not necessarily saying that she's gonna get a drink out of it, but if she wants to come continue to spend time with me, she can. Now, sometimes I'll invite her to a different part of the bar, and sometimes I'll invite her to a different bar. I'll say, hey, there's a bar around the corner that's really cool. It's got like a dartboard, or I don't know, whatever you guys wanna do there. Just to check it out. If she leaves the bar that she's at to go with you to another bar, that's a really good sign that she's interested in you. Again, she's going by her actions, not by her words. And if she's willing to leave her friends, I don't know what a bigger sign there is to know that she's interested in you, with it. She leaves her friends to come spend time with you. I think that's probably the best thing that you can get. Now, the other thing too, obviously the next stage of that is, there's been a few times where a girl will follow me around the bar, because she really likes my company, she really enjoys spending time with me, and then I'll go in for the kiss and I'll be like, oh, I have a boyfriend, or oh, I can't for XYZ reason, okay? We know that she's interested in me in some way, shape, or form, but we don't know if she's down for that, romantic connection, or down to actually do anything about it, okay? She might just like you, and she might just like your attention for the time being. Obviously, if she's down to get physical with you, if you're coming into her space, you're coming really close to her and she's cool with that. I've had a few girls still though that have let me do that and have followed me around, and then I find out that they have a boyfriend or something like that, and they're not willing to actually have sex with me or kiss me or do any of that stuff. So the way you figure that out is, well, you have to go for it. You have to try. Now, the way I would recommend you getting closer physically, without making it weird or awkward or any of that bullshit, is start out by touching her, or start out by being physical in a way that can be seen as platonic. So if I'm with my friends, sometimes I'll high five them, or give them a hug, or maybe I'll put my hand on their shoulder or something. I'm a pretty physical person, so I do that with my friends too, but I kind of see how she reacts. If she's really into me touching her and she wants to come closer and she's even willing to kiss me, well, obviously this girl's into me romantically, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, if she won't let you do that for whatever reason, then figure it out. Sometimes I would even just these days I'll even ask the girl. I'll be like, hey, do you got a boyfriend or something like that, if she's not willing to kiss me. Or now, that doesn't mean just because she's not willing to kiss you or she's not willing to go that far that she's not interested in you. I've waited a very long time to get with women that I've really liked, but they were comfortable with me being in her space. They were comfortable with me following me around, and ultimately they were comfortable with me touching them. They loved it. They thought it was great. They just weren't willing to pass a certain barrier. So if she's willing to touch you, if she's willing to get physical in some way, shape, or form, that means she's definitely interested in you. She probably doesn't have a boyfriend. She probably doesn't have all those other things that that are going to make it difficult for you. Now, obviously, if people have different lines and they don't want to cross certain boundaries, so people have different rules. So you have to be flexible in this. But those are the things that I would say to mostly look for. If you're getting a few of these, she's probably interested in you. If you're not getting any of these, she's not interested in you in any way, shape, or form, man. You need to move on, and you need to find somebody else to talk to. I say this again and again on my channel. Stop looking to see whether a girl whether she likes you or not. Stop trying to figure that out, because a lot of times they don't know themselves. See if she's willing to do these things that I've told you. If she's willing to do these things, that means she's interested in you. She's willing to see where things go, and it's something that you should pursue. It's not going to be someone that's going to be wasting your time, and really that's ultimately what we're trying to figure out, is if people are going to be wasting your time, because that's the one thing that we don't get back, and the biggest resource that we can give to another person is our time. And if she's not willing to give that to you, well, then chances are she's probably not the one for you, and you should go after someone who will give you their time. Thanks a lot, you guys, for watching. If you made it to the end, consider subscribing. I come out with videos like this every single week. Look, if you're stuck in your dating life and you're trying to figure things out and you're trying to improve and have options, please hit me up, TheSingleGuy2017 at gmail.com. I'm helping guys out with this every single day. Shoot me an email. Thanks.